Right, ladies and gents, as we see, here's the angle. That's all one piece. There's no seams there, but there's one angle which I cut. That piece that I cut off, I turned round and sewed it at the bottom, which giving me a lot more coverage there. And again, that could either come across there. I'm just going to cut it down there and just sew it, end it there. But obviously I haven't. I brought it down, sewed it up there. To get a little bit of bungee cord, so that just will go onto there. Bringing it out has ensured that I've got all the angles right, and as you come round here, as a sergeant major will say, at the back of this you could bounce the 2-bob bit off it. We've not done nothing special to it, Dave, we just set it up, haven't we?
Yeah, it's not even on even ground, is it?
Yeah, no, so, you know, but yeah, I mean, I could go sleep anywhere as we discussed, but you can sleep in that, no doubt.
We always do.
You're a bit fussy, aren't you? But yeah, so the only real seam, ladies and gents, is this one that comes down here, which is well away from me anyway. I will seal that on the inside. Now what we've done here, because this piece of string, there's just a small hole there, okay, it is small, and the paracord will always stay on it. This paracord will always stay with this shelter, again, press hook knot, and to stop any water drip through, it's clear on the other side, and I'll show you because I pulled it right back, but that's going to stop something. That's a little thing I'm going to try out, just as if I can stop water going through, and I know it will because I've seen other people do it in their videos. Just have a little drip line. That drip line that goes down anyway will be 110, which will just tell me exactly how high I need the ridge line to go anyway, mate. So two purposes. Right, I'm just going to bring you around and show you the back for the moment.
Yeah.
Right, ladies and gents, Mr. Baldrick's here. As you see, all the angles are all coming out right, and it doesn't look a mess. Please excuse this, that is fully waterproof. I just need to dab it with a little bit of spray paint there. Like I say, I'm just using the material that, you know, I was able to. I've done 2 tight points there, just to pull that out. Initially we didn't think we'd need them, mate, but we put it up to show what can be done.
Yeah, you don't need them.
No, but they are there should you need to. We stuck it up to a branch here, which is or you could bring it out or have a pole, just depending on, there's many different variations. It's got lots of tie-up points around the bottom, and ladies and gents, what I always do, I put my loop there so I can put a tent peg straight in there and it will go straight to the floor. But what I always do like, and I just think it's got to be done, is that little bit of paracord. Doesn't have to be that length, but when you're in a windy condition, that will just stop your stitching, ripping and so forth, and give you a little bit of leeway there. Every single one of these has got one, and I've always done them, even used to do it with my dashes in the army. Works a treat, easy to do. The little bungee cord, 4 or 5 millimetres diameter, doesn't cost a great deal either. That will go in there. But yeah, so we'll just walk around this way, ladies and gents. And as you see, I'm not even going to cut that bit because that will form a shelter on the inside.
Yeah.
There it is, ladies and gents. I say it's coming down to all the nice angles. Didn't sort of do anything fast to get it like that, Dave, did we? Just kind of, it pays to bring it out a few times, because initially, see this seam here, I was going to sew it there, and it wouldn't have had the same, no,
it looks good.
Research and development, like I say, a few cottons hanging, ladies and gents, which I will go around and sort out. But on this, the ridge line will stay in there because there is a little hole, and we've got, do you want us to just come in and see? There's a tiny little hole I've left there. I shouldn't think we get a lot of water through there. So we've got a press hook knot on it, but I'll just pull this down there. So in between there, that should be put there. I have done it on that side, but just so you can see what it is, it's a take it right off. So that's how it will stay on there, that side, yeah. But when I want to, in there, it's just a key ring. DB Firkin, normal thing what you put your keys on. Keep pushing it round, round, round. Oh, that's it. So it is kind of, it's like that now. So I can put it up and down. It'll go round there, and literally the water, any water coming down the ridge line doesn't like that tension there. Starts to drip, drip, drip. It's like a drip thing, yeah. I can have a piece of paracord there, just so it's 110. So when I put the shelter up, I know exactly what's what. But when that's up against there, ladies and gents, this can be as wet as you like, but that will stop like 99% of the water. And I know because I've seen some guys do it when they do the hammocks and stuff, and they've got, you know what, you've got the
Whoopie slings.
Whoopie slings and so forth. Yeah, it's quite, it grips it, and it just stops the water going through, and you can have a drip line in there. The little bit that's going to get from wet from there to there is absolutely minimal, but when you think on the old show, the rain used to drop down from there. Now I've got all that coverage. I couldn't even stretch my arm out.
No.
Yeah, so that's all the extra coverage. No seams along the top because it's 180. And once I've finished with this, this is the first time I put one on. Right, that's it. Then go round that way. It will just stay on there. So I undid it instead of doing that. That will just stay on the ridge line like that, the other side. When I come to set it up, that'll be the last thing I do. The final thing to stop any water coming down the ridge line, it'll drop off there because of increased tension. Right, ladies and gents, apart from a little bit of spray up, and there's only the one seam there, because even that's not sewn there. Didn't need to sew down that. Didn't need to cut it off or whatever. Left that bit on, that'll pull down. I'm happy with that. And again, for the amount of material, I'm very, very happy. I actually went back and revisited that. One, because Dave Boy gets what he wants, and I'm just pretty happy with that. Because I had a Gore-Tex lean-to one, mate, didn't I?
Yeah.
I shot it off to somebody, you know, like he'd done me a right nice, you know, a bit of a dibble, like, you know. Always catch, when somebody sorts me out with something, I always catch them back, like. But yeah, yeah, I'm happy with that. On cue comes the plane. That's fed me and brewed me throughout the day, ladies and gents. Clean. Right, ladies and gents, the old the pot, the fire stove inside, Trangier, you know, you can have coffee in there, whatever, with that little tin, whatever you want. It went down really well, and with Russ's help, we've got like the pot and the wood stove inside down to under 20 quid. Yeah, the links are there, please just ask me from and that. So I've done everything I needed to do today. I'm thoroughly happy with this. Let your eyes be a guide on that. But I thought, well, carrying it about now, making a bag to drop it in your pouch is something I'm going to do, but to have a pouch for it itself now, some of you might see this and see it's reminiscent of the Pathfinder one. Pathfinder one's slightly bigger. Dave Canterbury didn't invent it, he adapted a pouch that was there, but this one's is an AliExpress job. I'll tell you what, I've got no problems with it, and I'm a bit of a kit tart as it goes. For what you pay for this, absolutely, it'll take a 58 water bottle, you know, your mugs and all that type of stuff. So that's originally what I had it for. Okay, really nice 50mm closing buckle, no dangers there. When we look on the inside, it's padded. It's got an inner drawer cord, ladies and gents. I hope the sun's not destroying this shot too much. It's got a little slip inside there, so if you had a fire stove you could stick it in there, and another one at the back. So it's two pouches within a pouch, which is always good because it just keeps your stuff tight and tidy inside of there. It's double lined all the way through, and Cadora nylon. I've got no problems with the zips. Molly straps there, you can put a smaller, like an ammunition pouch on there if you want to extend that a little bit. And not only has it got the molly, which I'll show you later on, you can also make this into a shoulder bag. So it's got a lot going for it. It doesn't, if I remember right, it doesn't come with a shoulder strap, but they're easy to knock one up, ladies and gents. You could do it with paracord if you needed to. But inside there, as you'll see, that's where my shiny new stove goes. And on the inside there, again, put some, you know, 3-in-1 coffees in there, tea bags, whatever you wanted. But what does go in there really, really nicely is your Trangier bottle. It's not in any way, there's loads of space in there, ladies and gents. It's even got another little slip pouch there. And as we'll see, just to keep the inside of my pouch clean, I've got a, oh, here comes another plane. Here we see it. I've just stuck it in a nylon stuff sack for the moment, just to keep it in the inside of my pouch dry. It goes in there without any struggle whatsoever. It's got a lot more room. You can put some food at the top there, you know. You can probably squash a couple of more ration packs in there if you needed to. It's got its own draw cord. And what I will be keeping with this is a knife that was kindly gifted to me. Actually means quite a deal, a great deal to me from the gentleman. That's always going to be in there as part of that kit now. So that can certainly slip down there. I get really annoyed if I don't have a spoon. And you can put all your diggers down the side, ladies and gents. There's plenty of room to go round there. So in all honesty, if you like the stove and the pot, I'm just going to show you here. It's up to yourself. It makes no odds. I've had this for a long time. Never bothered bringing it out. I've used it on a couple of occasions, but never bothered bringing it out or whatever. I'll show you. It's a pouch. It does exactly what it says on the tin, but it's absolutely tailor-made for a kit that will now be carrying, you know, my pot, and Trangier and all sorts in there, ladies and gents. Okay, as we go around, you can, like I say, more molly there. You can have it on the shoulder strap. It really has. It's stupid, really, but it's got a nice little handle strap on there for pulling it in and out your Bergen. And obviously at the back, I'm not going to insult anybody's intelligence, it's got molly straps, so you can actually strap that to the outside of your Bergen or a rucksack or a satchel bag or whatever, ladies and gents. But if I remember rightly, I'm going to say £15. I bought it a long time ago. I'll go on AliExpress, I will find one and drop a link in. But you know, so I'm thinking it's exactly the same sort of design that Dave Canterbury has used. I think he has the Pathfinder somewhere. So it's in that vein, and he's used it for a very good reason, because it is a very good pouch. You know, this will take a 58 water bottle, you know, the metal mugs and the Trangier stands, forget what they're called at the moment. I know, because that's what I took out of this one. But so, ladies and gents, there, just as a little follow on, you know, Mac Tightwad, not a lot of dosh, and a good bit of kit. So that will give you the ability to take the cooking kit complete, again, on a shoulder strap when you're just having a wander. You can attach it to a belt if you wanted to, or at the back of a rucksack. Slightly more compatibility should you want to put on other little, do you know, like little foam pouches and so forth. They don't cost a great deal. You can molly them onto the side as well. So yeah, hopefully that just finishes off my, well, I found a nice bit of bushcraft kit, i.e. the pot and the burner. It's very much the Russian doll effect. I'll weigh that when I get home, but it doesn't actually weigh for what I've got there, considering I'd be happy as Larry, like forever more, with just using that to feed myself. Very robust, doesn't cost a great deal of money. So you know, there you go, ladies and gents, let your eyes be your guide. I'll drop a link into the pouch. I'm not, if you like it, have a bit of a mooch about and then buy from whoever you think's the best deal. I'm not recommending any sellers, and then, you know, anything I show you, obviously I've spent my money on that, but I really like that. It does come in the other colours if you so like to go green or whatever. But yeah, so that for me is a job done on that. I'm hoping that's come out in the sun there. So I've got the sun very low in the sky. But yeah, I just think, well, you might just fancy the pouch for your own individual cook kits, but not a lot of money, a lot of versatility, and for what you're paying for it, you're getting a good deal on the pouch and that, you know. It's all the proper sewing and that, ladies and gents. I've got no problems with this, and I will be very anraki or fastidious about sewing and quality. But yeah, not Maxpedition, no, but they're not Maxpedition prices, ladies and gents, and it will certainly be robust enough for what you want to do and what I want to do with it. So there we go, ladies and gents. So finishes the pot, the pouch, just the whole one, you know, your food kit. Right, ladies and gents, just going to throw something out there and that. At this point, I'm a horrible smoker, so I use a lighter quite frequently during the day, but the ability to make fire, you can rub your sticks together, you can have your fire steels and so forth. Always got to have a backup, and a backup's going to be an immediate ignition source. Now, I've not really found a decent lighter that I can fully trust, and I still always go back to sort of the ones you can just refill. I prefer them when they're clear and you can see how much fuel you got in them, but even these basically go at some point. There's the old jet ones, I've had the flat ones, the round ones, loads of different styles of that. I do like it because you can see the bottom there, see how much fuel's in there, and this is the lastest long one. They've got the flame. I'm all up for technology, I'm not a technophobe, and even on these, I've got two of these, and the other one is exactly the same, just it's got a orange casing. but it flips up, and quite interestingly enough, you'll see there's a little electrical charge there that just flies across. You charge it up USB. So we'll show you, we'll light something, sorry. You know, we'll light stuff up. Let's get another decent thing. I'll make sure these are out before I go. And they do light. I'll tell you what. Have a little bit of tissue. A little bit more combustible than a damp leaf. Obviously, hopefully it's coming out there. There's a little electrical charge and it shoots between the two. Little button on the side there. USB charger there. Comes with a USB charger. But and there we go, ladies and gents. Ouch. It will light stuff. Anything that's combustible. So ladies and gents, that's the latest one I got, well under a tenner. I'll drop a link into that in case you've never seen it, but what I do like about that is the whole thing pops out and you just change the case. So if the worst that can happen here is that, you know, I've got a nice little matches case, and this comes with a lanyard and that as well, so you can hang it around your neck if needed. But yeah, pull it down, there's a lock, opens up in there like that. But like it, never had a problem with it. Looks a bit funky but a little bit new, but you keep having to charge it up, which, you know, the USB lead's not long. You could actually carry the USB with you. These things, I love these things. You get variations of them, you know, flat ones, round ones, oblong ones, even ones that click down, but they never really, they always at some point break or just stop working. So these, as far as I'm concerned, are the most prolific lighters, and all I do, because I'm a bit of a kit tart, and you know, it's a good idea, ladies and gents, is a little bit of 50mm webbing sewn round with a loop, so I can fit one of them in there. Now this always round my neck, and even when I'm sleeping, so when I wake up in a cold morning and I've got a warm lighter, I know where it is as well. It doesn't stop me sleeping or anything, it's just round my neck. So, you know, you've all done that, got up on a cold morning and you've got a freezing cold lighter. Well, mine one's not and it's warm, so I suggest, you know, even if you keep one of them in a pocket somewhere, keep one in your sleeping bag, stop it from freezing up. They're not particularly productive in the morning. But ladies and gents, you know the metal one that's got the little window in it, and it works for a little bit, but apparently you have to have this specialised type of fuel. It's quite heavy, but it's one robust lighter. But you know, even David said he's never really got it to work. I've not actually found any lighter that I would recommend to anybody to rely on when you're in the outdoors. They've all got their pros and cons. I didn't mean to do this, but I did. You know, I would have bought the one that lights for a little bit and decides when and when it wants to light. You know, so I'm sure it's the. I mean, I first saw one. Well, I saw one well before that, but Darren Buckley Pepper had one, and even he had problems with the fuel on it. So I won't bring nothing out that I can't rely on 100%. And at this point, the most reliable lighters are the you know, the cheap and cheerful ones. I stick them in a little doodah. But ladies and gents, you know, I'd appreciate feedback from you. I find bits of kit. If anybody's got a decent lighter that they think they can rely on, barring obviously you've got to refuel them or recharge them, but one that's robust and will last for a bit, you know, I'd like to see, you know, maybe there's a little chance for you to show something, you know. You know, I'll show you bits of kit that I think are good for other people, but I've never really come toward a lighter that I think I can really rely on. These are okay, no problems, never had a problem with it as yet, but you're charging it up once every 2 days, I think, which isn't a problem, but at some point you're going to run out of power, even if you've got a big power pack. It doesn't actually take a great deal of power to charge them up to full charge. But ladies and gents, let your eyes be your guide there. Anybody got any really good ideas and, you know, all that good stuff about lighters, you know, you know, I'll give it, you know, bits of kit, and I'll take it if somebody's got a magical idea. I've got the fire steels and all that, and, you know, the flint and steels and all the, you know, the rubbing the sticks together and so forth, bow drill. But at some point, one, because of smoke, and two, you know, push comes to shove, when everything else fails, these things should work because they're mechanical devices and not old school. But I'm still not confident enough to say, oh, this is a dog's danglies, ladies and gents, let your eyes be your guide. However, if you've got something, I'd appreciate some input. Anyway, on that, take care, and if you watch this, I really appreciate you watching my films, and take care, everybody.